and good morning, and welcome back to the Houston Center. We have an update for yesterday's game where we had the Houston Texans versus the Tennessee Titans. Another divisional rival came up short. As always, I don't know. It's just something about this team that's just not letting me get over that hump. Play real good, and then everything just goes to hell. But that's another story. So let's go ahead and get off into a few of the stats. We changed a few positions around this game. We let a few of the rookies start. Of course, we didn't put Davis Mills in because I was trying to go ahead and get this game wrapped up. But, you know, we still going through the motions, still trying to figure out what some of these rookies can do. We had a few that showed up in key stops on defense, and we had some that show up a few times for us on offense, but just not as much as we wanted. But, you know, like I said, we already knew going in this, it was going to be a rebuild season. We knew we wasn't just going to be we knew we wasn't going to win games, but we didn't know we wasn't going to win any. So, you know, like that's the real disappointing part, especially on a few of these games that we might have, should have won, but just didn't. So let's go ahead and look at the tail of the tape. As you can see, we had 3 points the first quarter, got off real slow, threw some INTs, and pretty much got him in that 14 spot. Came back strong the second quarter, outscored him 7-10. And of course, get off into the third, and I guess we just have a problem figuring out the offense and defense when we start the game. I guess dealing with that game planning or whatever. So it made a big difference. We started off, he only scored 3 points, we scored 0, and then we came back in the fourth quarter and it pretty much a battle out. He scored the 20 and I scored 18. So it wound up giving a final score of 38-47. So he won by the 10 points that he needed. And you know, it was a hard fought game. You know, we tried our best. We had some breakout plays. Of course, he'd get the ball back and he had breakout plays. It just one of those games where, you know, it could have went either way. But getting back into the stats, we have the offensive yards gained. We had 478 to their 504. We had 118 rushing yards to their 213 rushing yards. Offensive passing, we had 360 to 291. So we outscored him there. First downs, of course, he had 20 to our 18. Punt yards wasn't no factor, 9-2. We have the kick return yards, which was 82 to 48, and for a total of 562 yards versus 561 yards. So we won that overall by 1 yard. Turnovers, we had 4 turnovers and they had 3, and which is weird. The last 2 weeks we have been having a whole bunch of turnovers. I don't know if it has something to do with the updates that they did to the game, but this might get Mills to get started next week. We got the Jets on the calendar. That's why I say, well, you know, let's go ahead and give this young man a shot, because it's not like it could hurt. We got the Jets. They're a good team. They're a young team. They're pretty much going through a rebuilding stage like we are. So I think it would be a good opportunity for them. Third down conversions, we have 7 to 5, which they won in that category. Fourth down conversions, we only did it once. We were 1 for 1. Red zone percentage is 100%. My 75, they had 2 and 2. We were tied for the red zone touchdowns. Red zone field goals, I got 1, he got 2. Penalty yards, which wasn't no live penalty, so that was good. 15 yards penalty. Time possession was pretty close. 29:07 to 30:53. So yeah, like I said, this game could have went either way, just by looking at the yardage gain and whatnot. So those are the ones that you kind of hurts the most. But Deshaun Watson, he had 386 yards, 4 touchdowns, but he also threw 4 interceptions. Got sacked 2 times. 61 percentage completion. He did 39 out of 24 attempts. So he bumped up his completion percentage. Well, no, not really, but it's averaging around 60 to 61. We apparently, for us to win games, we need that percentage to be in the 70s. So we'll start trying to work on that. That's why I said we might go ahead and give Mills his shot, because we went all this season with Deshaun, and he was averaging, after the first game, I think he had like 4 his first game, and then after that it was averaging like 1 to 2, but the last 2 weeks he's been doing 4. So we might need to just sit him down for a sec and let Mills get a little playing time. He's a young guy. I think that's going to be my go-to to lean on in the future. Then we're going to start trying to build him up. So we'll just see how that goes. Mr. David Johnson, he had a good day today. He had 18 attempts for 104 yards. No touchdowns, but he actually was able to see the hole and get through the hole. So it might be something that we might need to look for in the draft, is actually going through and committing to a power running back. Deshaun, he had 2 attempts. He had 11 yards. That was pretty much it. Pretty much he was just had some plays that fell apart, and that's all we really could do in game without him fumbling the ball or something crazy like that. Ingram, he had 2 attempts for 3 yards, and that was about it. Lindsey, we didn't let Lindsey really get in too much, because we knew this was going to be a power game, and I was more worried about them fumbling or else actually hurting him. We're going to start trying to figure out a way to get him in as far as more on outside plays. So that should be, interesting to see if we can actually get a playbook that works in our favor next year. So we'll see, because their plays are just too easy to predict. So maybe we need to change something up. Same style of play on offense, but mix it up more on defense. On offense, as far as pass plays. Jordan, he had 9 receptions for 154 yards, 1 touchdown. So he came back to this week. He was averaging around about 60, so he had a nice little breakout game. Conley, he had 4 receptions for 106 yards and 1 touchdown. Cooks, he had 4 receptions for 81 yards and 1 touchdown. And Collins, he had 2 receptions for 17 yards and 1 touchdown. So he had Collins on lock. There was no way we could get that man open, even when we was running across the field and whatnot. I guess he already knew to pretty much just target him, because we do have him at the superstar rating. So he knew to take that weapon away, but I don't think he was counting on as much for as Conley coming through. And which I want to see how this plays out, because I know he's a 6-year man. We got him on a 1-year contract. He's 6'3". His ratings are fairly good. My worry is he going to digress at the end of the season? That is the question that we got to see. Because, he's got the talent to sign him for 1 more year if he does. But, saying that, how much are we going to lose at the end of the year? Because I know you're going, normally guys, once they get past 5 years, that's when they start kind of going up and down, all depending on their traits and their I'm just gonna call it status, as far as superstar abilities and X Factor and whatnot. So a lot of that all plays a part. So we're going to see what his ratings actually do, and we might keep him next year. We might keep him, just to have a good backup come in. We are gonna have to have the draft. I'm not sure if we're gonna take a running back first, quarterback, something. I don't know yet. We hadn't really sat down and looked at everything, but just one of those interesting things to see how this young man's career plays out for us. All right, let's get off into the defense. We got Justin Reed. He had 3 solo tackles, 2 assists for a total of 5. He had 1 INT today. Johnson, he had 1 INT and he had 5 tackles in all. 3 of them was assisted, 2 solos, 1 tackle for loss. Hill, he was 2 for 2 with a total of 4 and 1 tackle for loss. Cox, he stepped up and had 4 tackles. Merciless, we actually replaced him this game and just only let him play on the outside nickel blitz situation. So he was 3 total tackles, 2 assisted, 1 solo. Blaylock, he was 3 for 3, had 3 tackles, all 3 solo. Mitchell, he had 3 tackles, all 3 solo. King, he had 2 tackles solo, 1 tackle assisted for a total of 3 with 2 tackles for loss. Wallow, he stepped up and got a key stop. He had 3 tackles in all, 2 for solo and 1 for assist, 1 tackle for loss. Collins, he had 2 tackles, 1 assist, 1 solo, and he also had 1 sack. Lopez, we didn't see him in action too much today. I was expecting for him to do a little bit more stopping as far as running the ball up the middle since he's a bigger guy, but guess we're gonna have to get that awareness up. But he only had 2 tackles altogether, 1 solo, 1 assisted, and 1 tackle for loss. Joe Thomas, he had 2 tackles, 1 assist, 1 solo. Cunningham, he had 1 assisted tackle, so which we didn't really play him too much. I was trying to run with guys that are a little bit faster on the outside linebacker spot to try to, because I knew we was gonna have to deal with 2 big targets, so we was trying to play speed on defense pretty much to try to cut down that middle, which we still wasn't successful at all. So we got Eric Murphy, he had 1 solo tackle. Gennard, he was quiet, and which we're gonna have to figure out what this guy's problem is, because we actually gave him the starting job because the week before he was actually wrecking it. He was breaking through, getting to the ball carrier before they hit the outside. This game he was just a player there. He might well have been a practice though. So I don't know what the deal is with this guy. I mean, we'll keep on going, but we might wind up seeing HOU wind up finally taking that outside defensive spot at the beginning of next season. We'll see. Like I said, we still got to take a look at what's in the draft before we make our final assessment on how we want these players to be looking beginning of next season. Because at this point, that's all we can do. The only thing we can do right now is just start planning for next season and, try to get some of these guys and these younger guys in key places that we need them, and that way they can actually develop. Lewis, he had 1 assisted tackle. Terrence Brooks, he had 1 solo tackle, and that was pretty much it. Okay, going over here to the Tennessee Titans, which they were disrespectful for wearing those jerseys. I'm just gonna say it like that. I mean, we are the home team in Houston now. Y'all had y'all's time. Y'all left without anybody knowing, and I'm still a little mad about that. I mean, that was my team. I was an Oiler. Big Warren Moon fan, big Earl Campbell fan, and all of a sudden we don't have a football team. So they came out in the Oiler uniforms. I didn't feel that was right, but we'll catch up with them. We got them the last game of the season. They will, if I'm not mistaken, they should be in Houston, and we'll see what they wear then. But we will be in our red, and we will be out for blood. So we got Ryan Tannehill. He had a good day. Had a 105.9 quarterback rating with 318 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 INTs, 2 sacks. He had a completion percentage. See, that's what I'm saying. He had a completion percentage of 75%, and he was 28 out of 21. So that's the key right there. We're gonna have to take care of the ball. We can't be throwing 4 interceptions and expect to win a game. Derrick Henry, he had 15 attempts for 139 yards, 1 touchdown. Evans, he had 9 attempts, 40 yards. Batson had 1 attempt for 23 yards. Brown, he had 1 attempt for 8 yards, and Tannehill had 4 attempts and he only got 3 yards. So we contained Tannehill pretty good, and that's good that we did that. But we were doing fairly well on Henry the first half, but after the second half, he just came through like a bowling ball. But what do you expect? It's Henry. So getting over here to the receiving yards, which was very quiet. I was expecting a lot more passing, a lot more bombing down the field. I know he told me up short and medium, but I was expecting for these guys to have 100 plus yards. So apparently our corners actually did a fairly decent job. I mean, they was getting burnt on the small cuts and stuff. Well, like what I said, it was pretty much inside, short passes, medium routes, stuff like that. But as far as the deep ball, we sized them up. We played the size, and it worked for us. So we got Julio Jones. He had 6 receptions for 96 yards, no touchdowns. Brown, he had 95 yards with 4 receptions, no touchdowns, so that was good. Now Irvin Smith Jr., he wound up getting 7 receptions for 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. So like I said, he tore us up in the middle on the short, small stuff. But as far as outside wide receivers, we actually played our job. You had Josh Reynolds. He had 1 reception for 14 yards and 1. Then we had Derrick Henry. He had 2 receptions for 12. Cameron Batson, he had 1 reception for 12. And that was pretty much it. Smith pulled him through on the passing game pretty much. Getting off into the defense, we have Hooker. He had 6 assists, 6 assists, 3 solos for a total of 9. You have Brown. He had 6 total, 4 assisted, 2 solo. You have Simmons. He had 6 total with 4 assists and 2 solo. Dupree, he had 6 tackles, 3 and 3. Rice, he had 6 tackles, 5 solo, 1 assisted. Bird, he had 5 tackles, 2 assists, 3 solo, and 2 INTs. Robertson, he had 5 tackles in all, 3 assisted, 2 solo. We have Fulton, he had 1 interception, 4 tackles, 1 assist, 3 solo. Jenkins, he had 4 tackles, 3 assists, 1 solo. I'm gonna try to pronounce this. Krushak. He had 3 total, 2 assists, 1 solo. Landry, he had 3 assists, 3 tackles in all, 1 solo, 2 solo, 1 assist. Long, he had 3 in all with 2 assisted, 1 solo, and he also got away with an INT. I believe that's the one that picked it up off the ground. I can't remember. Farley, he had 3 tackles, 2 solo, 1 assist. Tart, he had 2 assists for a total of 2. Archery, he had 2 total tackles, 1 for 1. Molden, he had 1 solo tackle. McDougal, however you say his name, he had 1 solo tackle. Nickerson, he had 1 assist tackle, and that was pretty much it. Like I said, tail of the tape pretty much tells everything. I mean, we did what we could do. This season's pretty much scrapped. So, like I said, we're just gonna keep on grinding, see what we can get, and just build for next season. That's really all we can do. I like the way the passing game has developed. It was developed a little too late. The running game really never developed. It goes up and down. Either we're averaging 60 yards plus, or either we're actually averaging 2. That's one thing we're gonna have to get a control over. Like I said, I like the way that Johnson came out running the ball this game. I felt a little bit comfortable with my offensive line actually pushing people back. So that just means to tell us that we need to look for a younger our style type runner, or else we need to look in free agency and see what we can get as far as youth wise, because we want to go with youth. We want to go with the long contract young players, people that we can actually develop. That's why I said we're going to look at moving some of these guys in different spots, and that way we can actually have us a pretty nice decent little team by year 4 year 5 that could actually compete, because they already have the experience, they have the XP already built up, and they've been playing the game for a minute. So like I said, we're going to try to keep the long term in our memory instead of trying to play for short term. Like I said, I'd love to win. Nobody wants to go through with a goose egg on their score, on their record, but it just be that way sometimes. That's just the way the game of football, and you just come back the next season and try harder. But this is your boy, Yo Brenner. I'm finna go ahead and get out of here. Like I said, you can catch us on YouTube. Well, I guess this is YouTube, my bad. You can catch us on YouTube. We try to do different little videos for the SPA community. I'm gonna start trying to do some more independent as far as streaming stuff besides football. I am a football nut. I love football. I could play football all day, but sometimes you need to take a different path. Maybe get off into something different. Try it and see what you like. So, but you can follow us on Twitch, Quarter Mile 25 at Twitch TV. If you like the videos, just hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll keep on trying to put out some good content, keep y'all entertained. So yeah, this is your boy Yo Brenner. Finna go ahead and sign it off for right now. Until next week, I hope y'all enjoy the highlights of the Tennessee game, and we'll see y'all around. We can do it.
And he has got it.
Oh, you made it.
If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just
don't have to blow him up.
Yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time. On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. And this one is incomplete. Tannehill on 1st down.
There we go. There we go.
He's getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Watson down to throw. He's got Jordan completely
there we go.
outside.
We'll take that.
Now Watson.
Shit.
Trying to set up the screen.
He played that one good. Played that one good.
Drive. And following the pick 6, and they decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this round. And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will take about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct. From the 24, Watson. Open man is Jordan.
That was a nice catch.
And he's quickly swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's
see if we can get Cooks to get the ball this time. I see him playing him down.
Back a little bit in the run game, because
he knows what this is.
they're like in a sprinter stance. They just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good. Open man.
Nice run.
He's got it.
Let's go with the blitz. I think we can get him.
Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1.
Oh, nobody?
Irvin Smith Jr.
Nobody?
This is going to be in a lot of trouble.
It sucks is I can't play man. Nothing.
first down throw, Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses
There we go, fellas.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And got his man.
Got it.
2nd and 5.
All right, we got it now.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
Oh my goodness.
Got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down.
How did we get bleeped by that? That was a good play. Stayed in the cover
So
too.
he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. Throw left side complete. Brad Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Tannehill. Looking left side.
Wow.
He's got a man. That's Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
What are you up to?
Throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill.
Ah.
Touchdown. Base. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try to run for the first with him.
That was a good one. I moved out of
Head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. It's complete to Chris Conley.
good catch, man. All right, let's see if we can get our field goal long.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Tannehill. This is caught. It's Brown.
Oh, they gave him that bull. Oh, my goodness.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A give to Henry. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Don't hit you hard now.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it.
Good job, Lonnie. The catch, man.
More completions to him in this game.
They head to the line, facing a 3rd and 7, following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Watson.
Shit.
Under pressure.
Paranoid, couldn't throw it. Couldn't throw it.
Nico Autry to see in a 1st down. Now it's Tannehill. Complete to Jones. No gain there.
He's eventually going to try to go deep.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill. Got him in. It's Brown. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 20.
Gotta step up, D. Gotta get some stops, man.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry.
Good job.
Outside, but he's only in. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
Let's go.
And that's complete. It's Sims. And he is going to have a Texans.
Good job, Sam.
Down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
All right, let's see if we can get this field goal.
Before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now.
Got it.
Instead,
They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
everyone looked to have a little bit of
No, dang it.
measurable. But the bottom line is,
Derrick Henry. It's here first and 10 at their 25-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson.
Oh, fuck.
Another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he will take this one home.
Trying to get it, man. Just trying to get it.
To the air yet again. Watson. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. And they're going to have this.
at this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
From the red zone now, Watson being chased out left. And that is caught. Touchdown. The Titans on third down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken. Final quarter. The big gainer there on the catch.
Keep on going. Keep on going. So we're going to do. Keep on going.
How about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. And this is taken in at the 5. 2-point conversion.
That's it from the right.
They'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone.
Got it.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Off play action, Tannehill. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right.
Oh, nice pass.
Here's Tannehill.
Oh, come on. 51, cut back.
The Texans on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Watson. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he is going to have
All them slip.
Field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Watson to throw. Dancing to his left.
Oh, he picked it off the ground. That was a good one.